What are we doing today? We're looking at these boxes. What's in the boxes? It's a new metal detector. My old Sovereign Minelab is just about ready to bite the dust. So I got these. I got this from a guy in Arizona that sells online. And I put in the order for this on Thursday and it came Saturday, priority mail, 2 days. And there's a local metal detector dealer here where I live, and I try to patronize the local retail people, but this was just too good of a deal to pass up. Didn't have to drive to Hamul. And there it is. And look at that. Brand spanking new. So this is a multi-frequency VLF detector. You can search the beach with it. It also has a gold mode. Before we set it up, let's show what was in the box. So you have your quick startup guide, search coil, a wireless module, control box, cuffs, charging cable, two of those for some reason, wired headphones, and the search coil, EQX 11, I believe that's 11 inches, double D. And I actually prefer the wired headphones. I've heard that wireless can make a signal that the thing actually picks up. So it says, attach coil to lower shaft, insert the 2 rubber washers, and these must be the rubber washers. Let's get this thing set up. Okay, before we wrap this up, let me make a couple of corrections to the information I gave initially. These are wireless headphones, although they can be used as wired headphones, like these. And to do that, you unscrew this little thing in the back and plug it in. That makes it where it's not waterproof. So just to clarify, the Equinox 800 is shipped with wireless headphones. And here are the goodies. Pretty nice little Apex pick. It's actually slightly magnetic. Nice. Plastic scoop, a docks cover protector and pouch bag, and a book. The Minelab Equinox Series Handbook. So that's nice. A little extra stuff for free. That's kind of the advantage of a guy that sells on the internet without having a storefront. They don't have all that overhead, and they can give you the bonus swag. Welcome to another edition of Exploring the Gold Districts of Baja California. So we're not actually in Baja. We are in Fiesta Island, San Diego. and I'm practicing with the new Equinox 800. And this is a nice place to practice because there's nobody here. You can dig big holes. I actually brought a shovel and I left the shovel. I gotta go back and get my shovel. There, I got the shovel. So the city has a machine that actually screens the sand. And you can see over here they've done that. But I don't see the same lines over here. They probably didn't find enough treasure and they gave up. That's the best job in the city. So anyhow, we are going to use the Equinox today. And they advertise this as a turn on and go detector, which is true and not true. This is actually a very complicated machine. So, turn it on. If you hold the button, it'll say FH. It sets it all back to factory settings. FP. Couldn't say factory. No, everything has to be a little symbol. A check mark. Couldn't say frequency. Anyway, now we're gonna go to Beach 1, which is advertised as the dry sand setup. And this is the first little tricky thing. You press this and then this. That's noise cancel. Okay, so theoretically we are ready to detect. This also has a ground balance. This doesn't seem to be making any noise. The sensitivity is at 20. It's okay. And I have test targets. This thing's claim to fame is that it can find a gold chain. That's a gold chain, 14 karat. It weighs 3 grams. They also have a nickel and a bottle cap. Most detectors won't find a gold chain. And not very many people metal detect here either. So let's see if it'll find it. Okay, there's the bottle cap. This thing does like iron. The last detector I had would blank on those. Finds a nickel. And it just barely finds the chain. Okay, so this one's ringing up beep 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 beep. Sounds like Morse code. I'll put it in the screen until... Okay, so just did this one small area here and that wreck. Alright, the camera cut out there. So anyways, this is what I found on my little practice day. Some aluminum, tiny something. That's a rivet from some jeans, fishing swivel, gallows wine screw cap, and there was a couple more tiny things that I didn't get in this picture. You'll notice it did not find any iron. Alright, let's try this chain again. So I'm in factory settings, beach 1, and I just noise canceled it. I didn't mess with any other settings. Okay, so like this. Say somebody just dropped it. Just nothing, almost nothing. Well, it's finding it. I'll turn the volume up. And some ground noise. Turn the sensitivity down. Look at that, it's finding it better when it's try it with all metal. And you really got to be wearing headphones to hear that. A little bit faster sweep. It's finding it. We're going to have to monkey around with the settings on this and get that dialed in. The other thing is, this yard has already been detected many times with the Minelab Sovereign, and I have probably 1,000 hours on this thing. So the only stuff that's going to be left here is the iffy signals that this wouldn't detect, and you can see that'll find a quarter, probably about the same depth. This is the gold chain. It doesn't see it. So the Equinox is more sensitive to small targets than the Sovereign, meaning gold chains. And we just found another target over here. Let's see what it is. Ah, there it is. That'll be a son of a gun. First target, first coin with the Equinox. Looks like a nickel. How about that? Alright, well, let's wrap this video up. So, I know it seems kind of silly to get so excited about finding a nickel in your front yard, but the point is that the Sovereign had missed this, and this house was built in 1951, so this is probably lost right after the house was built, and it's been laying there for 70 years, and I just think that's really cool. It's kind of a nerd metal detecting thing, I guess, but that was really exciting to find that. And I actually shot this video about a year ago. It just took me a year to edit it, and since then I've used the Equinox fair amount, and I haven't actually used it that much. Took it gold prospecting, but as far as giving a review on this thing, it's an excellent metal detector, and it's very sensitive to small targets, so that's a good thing. Although it does love aluminum. It'll find little tiny pieces of aluminum. It's just no way around that. It's just physics. If you've got something sensitive enough to find gold nuggets, it'll find aluminum. I do have a couple of criticisms of this detector. When it shipped, it came with this little quick start guide, but it didn't come with the full manual. There's a PDF on Minelab.com that's like a 60-page manual, and so I printed the quick start guide. But this detector is so complicated, you have to carry the manual with you because it's not intuitive at all. There's you have to push buttons, and there's check marks, and I got way up in the middle of nowhere and it had an error code CD, and it stopped working, and I didn't have the manual, and I didn't know what it meant. And when I got home, I looked online and determined that it means coil disconnected. This little thing had come loose. So I don't know why they couldn't ship this with a full owner's manual, but instead you have to go online and print the manual or buy the book, one or the other, and then carry it with you. The other small issue with this is it has a built-in battery, so if you're out in the field you can't swap batteries. You have to recharge it in the field. That's done with one of these. This is a lithium-ion jump starter. It has a USB port. This is a smaller version of the same thing, and this is an adapter that goes in a cigarette lighter in a car. So you actually have to carry one of these with you if you're going to be off the grid. Although this does have excellent battery life. I checked the battery life, and it'll go 8 hours before you have to recharge it. But it's just one little thing to consider. But other than those two issues, the owner manual and the battery, I'm pretty happy with it. It is a very complicated detector. It has 6, 10, I don't know how many different functions, and they're all adjustable. So you can adjust the tone, you can adjust the threshold, you can adjust the sensitivity, the ground balance, and it's all done in these little buttons. And it has a plastic cover that tells some of the functions, and of course the one in English wore out, so now I've got it in Russian. Or no, those are English. Those are English. It's the last one in English. The rest of them are in Russian for some reason. But all in all, great detector, and I'm pretty happy with it. Good choice for beach hunting and a little gold prospecting thrown in for good measure. And that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching from Jens Tobias. And bye-bye.